name is Stephen Smith, and I'm with Christian Leadership Partners, and this is the 14th day of our coaching session. Now, these coaching sessions are absolutely free, and remember, you're more than welcome to share these with anybody. You can share them with your boss, you can share them with your subordinates, you can share them with friends or family members, you can even use this as a Bible study with others. But what I want to do is I want to encourage you to become your best you. And the only way that you can actually do that is if you start applying some of these principles that I'm providing for you. Now, these tools are absolutely free, and you're more than welcome to download a copy of the goal worksheet that's down in the comment section below. I think that it'll really help you to get you focused and get you on your path. Now, if this is the first time that you've seen this video, I really do encourage you to go back and take a look at day 1 and then day 2 and do these in progression. And the reason why is because these all build on each other. Can you start now? Absolutely you can. But I think that you'll get the most from these tools and from these resources if you go back and you start from the very beginning. Well, what we're going to work on today is, what are you thankful for? So what we want to make sure of is that we have a thankful heart. And here's the reason why we want to do this. Because a thankful heart will actually change our attitude about every single thing that we do. And this isn't just a biblical principle. This is a principle that everyone knows, that if I am thankful for the things that I have, then I know that I can continue to have a good attitude about life, about what's going on in my life and what's happened in the past. I've put away the negative things, but if I'm thankful for the things that I have right now, I can be grateful for all kinds of different things. And that's what we want to do, is we want to start establishing this heart of thanksgiving. Now, this is the other thing that's important for us. This heart of thanksgiving, or this emotion of thankfulness, what it does is it actually helps us to develop our goals. That's right. Did you know that emotions are actually the things that our goals are based off of? You know, a lot of us will say, I'm never going to do that again. I was hurt too much. What happened? There was an emotion, a breakup, there was a loss, there was something that caused you never to want to do something ever again because it emotionally affected you. Well, if you remember 9/11, you can look back and say, I know exactly where I was in 9/11 if you were old enough to remember. You know exactly what happened because there was an emotion that was tied to that event. Well, if my goals are tied to a thankfulness emotion, then I'm going to remember these goals when I'm sitting down and when I need them the most. So that's what I want to do. I want to start addressing these thankfulness things, and I want to get them into my life and get them up there and prominent. And I want to develop a heart of thankfulness so that this carries on not only for the rest of this coaching session, but actually through the rest of our lives. So we're going to start doing this, and in the process of that, we're going to take a look at the value of what Proverbs does for us. Remember, we've been reading through Proverbs a chapter every single day, and we're actually on Proverbs chapter 14. But I read in my devotions today Proverbs chapter 1 again, and I looked through and I thought to myself, wow, look at what Proverbs actually does for us. Check this out. This is Proverbs 1, 5 through 6. It says, let the wise listen to these proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance. By exploring the meaning in these proverbs and parables, the words of the wise and their riddles. So what we're doing is we're learning here that Proverbs chapter 14 is actually going to give us a really good picture of how we can take this wisdom and apply it to our own lives, apply it to the goals that we have, and actually apply it to these coaching situations. So Proverbs does 5 different things for us, at least Proverbs chapter 14 does. It gives us a contrast of what good versus evil looks like. It gives us an introduction to the fool, and we'll see that Solomon has a lot of references to fools here. It also has the value of doing more than just talk, but actually accomplishing something. It also talks about controlling our anger and the value of wisdom. So Proverbs is extraordinarily important for us, and what we want to do is we want to start reading Proverbs chapter 14. So go ahead and knock the dust off your Bible and read along with me. Now, this is in the New Living Translation, so it's going to help you to see this in a modern way, and these verses are translated in context so we can understand the true meaning behind what it was that Solomon was actually trying to tell us. So let's take a look at that. Proverbs chapter 14. A wise woman builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. Those who follow the right path fear the Lord. Those who take the wrong path despise him. A fool's proud talk becomes a rod that beats him, but the words of the wise keep them safe. Without oxen, a stable stays clean, but you need a strong ox for a large harvest. An honest witness does not lie. A false witness breathes lies. A mocker seeks wisdom and never finds it, but knowledge comes easily to those with understanding. Stay away from fools, for you won't find knowledge on their lips. The prudent understand where they are going, but fools deceive themselves. Fools make fun of guilt, but the godly acknowledge it and seek reconciliation. Each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can fully share its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the godly will flourish. There's a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. Laughter can conceal a heavy heart, but when the laughter ends, the grief remains. Backsliders get what they deserve. Good people receive their reward. Only simpletons believe everything that they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. The wise are cautious and avoid danger. Fools plunge ahead with reckless confidence. Short-tempered people do foolish things, and schemers are hated. Simpletons are clothed with foolishness, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Evil people will bow before good people. The wicked will bow at the gates of the godly. The poor are despised even by their neighbors, while the rich have many friends. It is a sin to belittle one's neighbor. Blessed are those who help the poor. If you plan to do evil, you will be lost. If you plan to do good, you will receive unfailing love and faithfulness. Work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. Wealth is a crown for the wise. The efforts of fools yield only foolishness. A truthful witness saves lives, but a false witness is a traitor. Those who fear the Lord are secure. He will be a refuge for their children. Fear of the Lord is a life-giving fountain. It offers escape from the snares of death. A growing population is a king's glory. A prince without subjects has nothing. People with understanding control their anger. A hot temper shows great foolishness. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Jealousy is like cancer in the bones. Those who oppress the poor insult their maker, but helping the poor honors him. The wicked are crushed by disaster, but the godly have a refuge when they die. Wisdom is enshrined in an understanding heart. Wisdom is not found among fools. Godliness makes a nation great, but sin is a disgrace to any people. A king rejoices in wise servants, but is angry with those who disgrace him. So Proverbs gives us a lot of really great pictures of how we can actually accomplish something important in our lives. And Proverbs 14:10 actually helps us to see how valuable a thankful heart being created in us can actually be. It tells us this: each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can fully share its joy. So you know what? You can have something that no one else can have. That's joy in your heart. And you don't have to share that with anybody. But that joy in your heart should produce a spirit of thankfulness. And if I can establish that thankfulness in my life, then I know that I can succeed. So that's what we want to do. We want to identify today those things that we're actually thankful for. And what we're going to do is, with this heart of thanksgiving, I'm going to write down goals of things that I know that I'm thankful for. Okay, so you may say, Steve, I've already achieved those goals, and I'm thankful that I graduated from high school. I'm thankful that I got my degree. I'm thankful that I have a great job. But what I want to do is I want to start identifying goals and start writing them down as if you're thankful that they've already happened. And this is how we're going to address our goals from now on. So what we're going to do, we have a 3-step process. And what we want to do first is we're going to list our goals today as if we've already accomplished them and we're thankful for them. In other words, I'm thankful that I graduated. I'm thankful that I have the best job ever. So the second thing that we want to do is we want to list the conditions necessary for those goals. We have listed the skills, we've listed the attributes. Now we have to list the conditions that we will need to succeed. So look, there are certain things that we can control, and we can't control our environment around us, or can we? Our environment is extremely important, so we want to address those things and make sure that that's there as well. So the last thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we make it a point to declare out loud these goals that we're thankful for. If I can declare out loud what these goals are, then I know that I can succeed. And as you write these goals down and with that thankful heart, you know that you're going to be a miracle going someplace to happen.